there, Ariana from Crafting Happiness here. In today's tutorial I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful Frozen Hearts baby blanket, and this is crocheted with a modified crocodile stitch in 3 colors, to which we attached a simple one repeat moss border. So today I'll be working on a small sample for you, so I'll make my own mini blanket just to show you how to crochet this stitch, how to change the colors, also how to crochet the base border around it, to which we crochet this moss border. I will tell you exactly how many rows, how many stitches and how much yarn you need to complete this exact border. If you choose to make it in a different color, just know that you will need a darker color, medium shade of the same color, and a lighter color, either in the same shade, for example of blue or white. You can choose to put white. So let's start. For this blanket you will need 2 bowls of 100 grams of darker color, in this case dark blue, 2 bowls of the lighter shade, medium shade, which in this case is baby blue, and 3 of the light shade, in this case white. You will also need a 5mm crochet hook for the border and the blanket, and for the base border alone, for that row around the blanket, we will use a 4.5mm just to make it a little bit tighter. As always, you'll need scissors and a darning needle to weave in the ends. Now I wanted to show you how this blanket will look in red colors, and this is a sample I have made for a tutorial. This is how it looks like if you choose for the darker color a red, for the medium color a pink, and a very light shade of pink for the lighter color. So you can choose to make it in blues, in red. I think it will look beautiful in yellows as well. It's all up to you. Just remember, you will need 2 of the darker shade, 2 of the medium shade, and 3 of the lighter shade. We will start with the medium light color, in this case the baby blue, and you should chain 103 chains for your starting row. Mine it's smaller, of course, it has 25, and we will start crocheting the first row by making 2 double crochet in the 5th chain from the hook. So count backwards from the hook, and in the 5th one make 2 double crochet. Now chain 1 and skip 2 chains, and in the 3rd one we will make 2 double crochet again. And this is your repeat section. You chain 1, skip 2, and make 2 double crochet in the following chain, and repeat this until the end of your row, until you have 2 chains left. So let's do that. So my repeat is chain 1, skip 2, and then in a 3rd one we make 2 double crochet. And again chain 1, skip 2 chains, and in a 3rd one make another 2 double crochet. Again a repeat, chain 1, skip 2 chains, and in a 3rd one make a 2 double crochet. And I think we are on to our last repeat, chain 1, skip 2, and in a 3rd one 2 double crochet. Now we have 2 chains left, and we are not going to chain anymore. We're just gonna skip the 1 chain and make a double crochet in the last one. and this is your first row. And now if you're not familiar with the crocodile stitch, this is a 2-row repeat basically, but it's crocheted a bit differently. You go from right to left and crochet this lattice work, onto which, going backwards without turning, you crochet the leaves around these 2 double crochet posts, every other one, so not in each but every one. So we make a leaf here, skip this one, make a leaf in this, skip this one. So we basically crochet on the right side going forwards, and then on the same row backwards, and then make another lattice row, and on that lattice row going backwards we crochet the leaves. And we are going to offset them and also change colors just to make the pattern more interesting. So let's start with the second row. So now we are chaining 1. This doesn't count as a stitch. Turn and just make 1 single crochet in the first stitch. Now we turn it back with the right side facing us and with the work coming towards us, and we will crochet around these 2 double crochet posts. We will make our modified crocodile stitch. So to do that, fold your work a little bit just to expose this double crochet stitch, and around the post we will crochet 5 double crochet. So insert your hook, yarn over, insert your hook around that post and make a double crochet, and we need 5 in total. So that's your second, that's your third, fourth and fifth. And now we have crocheted our half leaf, and we are going to make now a picot stitch. And to make a picot stitch, chain 3 and slip stitch in the base stitch. So don't slip stitch in the base chain, not in a bottom chain, but into the bottom stitch. So insert your hook through the middle of the stitch, pick up this loop, which is the front loop, and then the loop that is next to it, like so, and slip stitch. And this is your picot stitch, and you will create the tip of the heart. And now as we are working like this, we are turning it around with the work away from us, just to be able to crochet around the second double crochet post in that cluster. And all we have to do, just hold it like this, fold it in half to expose the double crochet. All you have to do is make 5 double crochet. That is 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. All right, and this is your first, I'm gonna call them hearts, you can call them leaves, scales, I'm not really sure what to call them, I'm just gonna call them hearts. So this is your first heart, because to me they look like, because of this tip, they look like little hearts. And this is your first one. This is how it looks like from the back, and we were working like this. So now again, turn your work around like so, and go turn it with the back facing you. We just need to join this heart to the lattice by slip stitching between the next 2 double crochet in the cluster. So insert your hook between the 2 double crochet and make a slip stitch. And now again we move the work with the front side facing us, and with the work towards you, like so. And now we will be crocheting this little heart around this cluster right here. So we skip the one where we slip stitch, and in the next one we are making another of these hearts. So again, fold it like so, so you have more control how and more access to the double crochet post, and make 5 double crochet. That's 1, that is 2, 3, 4 and 5. Now we have half a heart. Now we are moving it with the top facing us and the bottom facing up, and now we are going to make the tip with a picot stitch. So chain 3 and then slip stitch at the base bottom of the stitch, the bottom stitch. Insert your hook in a back loop and the loop next to it like so, and make a slip stitch. And now we are turning our work around again with the work away from us, just so we can work around this second double crochet stitch around the post of it. So just fold it to expose the post better, and make 5 double crochet. 3, 4 and 5. And now we have our second heart. Now we were working like this, turn it around again and with the back towards you, just so we can slip stitch to the next cluster of double crochet. We need to connect this heart to it. So we will slip stitch in between the 2 posts, insert your hook and make a slip stitch. And this is what we have so far. And again, let's make another one. We were working like this. Now we are moving it again. So we basically keep moving it around and we crochet in like a downward spiral basically. Now the work is towards us again. We are going to make the heart around these 2 posts. So again, fold it to expose that double crochet post and make 5 double crochet around it. Four and a 5. Okay, so we were like this. Turn it around with the top facing you, and let's make the picot stitch, which is the tip of the heart. Chain 3, insert the hook into the base stitch and the loop next to it, slip stitch in there. Again, turn it around so we can crochet around this second double crochet post and make 5 double crochet. 3 and 4. And again, we finished one of our hearts. All we have to do is turn it with the back facing us, so we can slip stitch into the next cluster between the 2 double crochet. So make a slip stitch there, and now we have one more cluster left, and we can make one more leaf. So let's make the leaf there. Again, the work is towards you, so make 5 double crochet around the first double crochet post in that cluster. So we have 4 and 5, and then rotate your work with the top facing you to make the tip by chaining 3 and then slip stitch in the base stitch. Okay, and again turn it around again and work around the next double crochet stitch and make 5 double crochet stitches. And 1, 2, 3 and 4 and the last one 5. And this is another heart finished. Now again turn it backwards, and we only have one double crochet left, and that double crochet, it's actually the 4 stitches we have skipped. So those 4 stitches we have skipped at the beginning of a row 1 actually is a double crochet and a chain. Now we are going to make a slip stitch and attach this heart onto the 3rd chain from the base. So that will be the top of the double crochet. So count from the base 1, 2 and 3, and in that 3rd one we will be making a slip stitch just to join the leaf to the lattice work. And this is your 2nd row, and this is how it looks like from the front. You have these little hearts crocheted around the post, and in the back you can actually see your lattice work, and you can see how we worked one heart around a cluster of double crochet, then we slip stitch in the next, heart in the next, slip stitch in next. So every other cluster of double crochet has a leaf in it. And we also have this border basically, to which we will crochet our moss border. Now it's time to do the 3rd row, but this time we will have to change colors to the dark blue. So now we are going to start our 3rd row, and this row will be a row, a lattice row, onto which we crochet more hearts going back on a row 4. So now we change colors to darker shade and just pull through a loop, and then use this tail to tie it. And we are going to start by chaining 4, and this counts as a double crochet plus a chain. Now into the next space, which is the space between the 2 double crochet or the middle of the heart, we are going to make 2 double crochet, and then we are chaining 2, and between the next cluster of double crochet is the one where we join the hearts with a slip stitch. In between those 2 we are going to make 2 double crochet. So insert your hook between the 2 double crochet posts and make a double crochet, and then another double crochet, and then chain 2, and into the next between the next 2 double crochet cluster, in the cluster we are going to make 2 double crochet. And so this is your repeat section where you chain 2 and then make 2 double crochet between the 2 double crochet in the following cluster, be it with the ones with a slip stitch in them or be it the one with hearts around them. It doesn't matter, we are making 2 double crochet in each. So again, insert your hook between the 2 hearts and in between the 2 double crochet right there, and make 2 double crochet, and that's your repeat. And again chain 2, and then in between the 2 double crochet of the next cluster we are making 2 double crochet, and that's your repeat. Chain 2 and 2 double crochet, and do this until you have crocheted in the last last cluster. So when you have crocheted into the last cluster, which is for me right now, this is my last cluster of 2 double crochet, this one here, then you stop. So you repeat this until you have crocheted in that. And now just to make a nice border to which we will crochet the moss border, we chain 1 and double crochet in the single crochet we have made at the beginning of the second row. Now Sometimes will be hard to find, so what I recommend is you use a stitch marker. If you can't find your first single crochet you have made in round 2, then just mark it with a stitch marker, and that will make it so much easier. Alright, so in that last stitch, which is the single crochet, make a double crochet, and this is your third row. And now you can see the lattice work. And going backwards now, we're going to make more hearts. Just this time we're going to offset them, so we're going to skip this one and heart around it, so we will fall between them two. Then slip stitch in this one, and in this one we'll make another of the hearts, and so on, and you'll have a nice offset pattern that showcases all these little hearts. So again, we will chain 1, does not count as a stitch, and just for this stitch alone we will turn and make a single crochet. Now remember this stitch, you will be making a double crochet in it in row 5. Mark it if you need it. I know exactly which one it is, but you should mark it for the first few rows until you get used to it. Now chain 1, and we will slip stitch into between the 2 double crochet of the next cluster, just so we can bring the yarn forward and offset the hearts. So we single crochet, chain 1, slip stitch into this cluster of double crochet. Now we turn back, and with the work facing up and towards us, we will start doing these leaves. Now we are going to work around this cluster, and particularly this first double crochet, and make 5 double crochet. So fold your work just to expose that post, stitch post, and make 5 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is your half heart, like this. Now we turn it around and make the tip by chaining 3, and then slip stitch in a base stitch. Just remember to pick up both loops. Now again, turn it around with the work away from you, and we will crochet around the second post in that cluster. So bend it like this and make 5 double crochet. 4 now, and 1 more, 5. Alright, so our heart is complete, and you can see how it's overlapping. Let's finish first. So we were working like this, turn it around and with the back towards you, just so you can slip stitch into the next cluster of double crochet. So insert the hook between them and make a slip stitch, and this is how it looks like. You can see now they are offset and they fall perfectly between the stitches, the other 2 hearts below. All right, so again we'll make, let's not tangle the yarn. So again we will make another leaf around the following cluster. So turn it with the right side facing up and the work towards you, and we will work around this post, so the post which is in between the hearts below, and make 5 double crochet, and then after you make 5 double crochet we will turn it around and chain 3 to make the picot stitch, insert the hook and slip stitch at the base. Okay, And now turn your work around again like this, and we will work around this double crochet right here. So around the post, make 5 double crochet. It helps if you bend it. As you work and the blanket becomes bigger, you can just literally pick it with your finger like this and work around it. Everybody has its own method. You will find yours after a few leaves. Right, so we have 5. Now we finish another heart. Turn it around with the wrong side facing you and slip stitch into the next cluster in between the 2 double crochet. And now we can make one more heart. So let's finish that one as well. And again, make 5 double crochet around the first double crochet post in that cluster. 3, 4 and 5, and then chain 3, make your picot stitch, and then turn around your work and work around the second double crochet post and make 5 double crochet around it. So that is 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5. All right, so we finish this heart as well. Go backwards and slip stitch into the next between the next 2 double crochet. And now we don't have any more clusters to make hearts, but we need to bring this yarn to the edge. So what we're going to do is chain 1, skip a chain. Remember at the beginning we've chained 4, which counted as a double crochet plus a chain. We will skip that chain and single crochet at the top of the double crochet. So single crochet in a 3rd chain from the base. Count upwards, and in a 3rd one we're going to make a single crochet. And this is what we have. We have overlapping hearts and also offset, so they can fall in between each other and it will look really nice. From the back you can see the lattice work. You can see now the edges and where you will be crocheting the border. This is how it looks like. Now again it's time to change color, and we will change color to the light shade. In my case is the white. So let's bring the white in, and just like we did before, we are just going to pull a loop through the loop on our hook. Just pull a loop. Leave a relatively long tail so you can weave it in at the end, and pull the loop close. And now we start with our lattice work again. So this is row 5, chain 4, this counts again double crochet plus a chain, and then into the first cluster we are making 2 double crochet, chain 2, and in the next cluster make 2 double crochet. And again, like I said, this is your repeat section where you chain 2 and make 2 double crochet between the 2 double crochet below. Make sure you're not skipping any of these clusters. You have to make these double crochet stitches in all of them, the ones with hearts in it and the ones that don't have hearts in. So make sure don't skip those, it's important. Otherwise your pattern will not look right. So let's do this until the end of the row. Okay, so now I am crocheting into the last cluster. So this is where I end my repeats. And then to close this row, I chain 1, and in that single crochet we are making the double crochet. So like I said, mark it if you don't want to lose it. You'll know which one it is after a few rows. So this is our lattice work, into which we crochet this the next white hearts. You can see we have made this double crochet cluster in every single cluster below. So now let's start with row 6, and this is identical to the row 2 of the hearts. We are first chaining 1, does not count as a stitch, and just for this first stitch we turn and make a single crochet. Don't lose the single crochet, mark it if you have to. You will be closing the next round into it. Now we turn and we crochet our work again. Now like I said, we are offsetting the hearts, so we will make a heart in this cluster and skip this one. So we will make the hearts in a way that they will fall in between the previous hearts. Right, so into this cluster of double crochet we will make the first heart. So make 5 double crochet, and this is the third one, 4th and 5th. All right, now chain 3 and make the picot stitch, which is the tip of the heart, and turn. And now we crochet around the next double crochet post. Okay, I just usually pick them with my finger or just fold it to expose it. But when you have a big project like the blanket we are working on now, you won't be able to fold it, so it was easier for me to just pick that post with my finger. So now we make 5 double crochet, 4 and 5, and this is our white heart. Turn around and just slip stitch into the next cluster in between the 2 double crochet. There we go. Now again turn around and we will make a heart in between these 2, so into the next cluster. Now I will just crochet this row like I usually do, just so you can see how I rotate my work and see how I do it. It's not so technical as in move it like this and move it like that and turn it around. It's more of a like seamless movement working around this post. So let me show you how I do it. I'll just crochet this row like I would do if I was on my sofa with nobody watching. So I make 5 double crochet and then a picot stitch into the base stitch, and then turn it around in my hand with my finger, pushing it out so I can pick it up, and make 5 double crochet. So now I have 4 and 5, and then turn it around and just slip stitch, and again turn it around like this and make my next leaf into the next cluster of double crochet. So I just make 5, so I've made 4, need 1 more. Then I make the tip of the heart by chaining 3 and a slip stitch in the base. Okay, then I turn it around and with my finger I push that post so I can go underneath and make 5 double crochet. Okay, so I need 2 more, and then go back and slip stitch into the next, and I look and I see I have 1 more to work around it, so I'll do that and make 5 double crochet around that. All right, so we have 5, make my tip, chaining 3 and slip stitch in a base stitch, not base chain, and then turn around, pick it up with my finger, push it up so I can insert my hook under and make my 5 double crochet. And this is how this row ends, with a heart. All right, and now turn it back, and remember we have chain 4, that counts as a double crochet plus a chain. We will slip stitch in the 3rd chain from the base, so count from here 1, 2 and 3. In the 3rd one we are going to single crochet. And this is how your 6th row looks like, and you can see now how they are overlapping and are offset from each other, so they can be better seen. Now this is the colors we will be repeating. Next will be blue, light blue, and then dark blue, and then white again. We will make 2 more rows, so another row of leaves. So let's continue, and I'll also show you how I transition the yarn on a side. So we continue. Next should be blue, so we find the blue yarn, which is this, and just pull it through. It's that simple. Just pull it through the ball, through the loop. Make sure it's not too tight, so make sure it's kind of loose, and then pick up the white and tighten up that loop, and you will have these transitions on a side which you're going to crochet over. Right, so let's start and make the lattice work on our 7th row. So chain 4 counts as a double crochet and a chain, then 2 double crochet in each in the next cluster of double crochet, chain 2, and 2 double crochet in the next cluster of double crochet below. And like I said, this is your repeat. It's the repeat is chain 2 and then 2 double crochet in the cluster of double crochet below, in between those 2 double crochet. So let's do this row and then go on with the hearts. So 2 double crochet, and then chain 2, and then 2 double crochet, and then again chain 2 and double crochet, chain 2 and double crochet. And now we have made 2 double crochet in the last cluster below. We chain 1, and we are double crocheting in that single crochet we have made in a row below, right at the beginning. In that single crochet, make a double crochet, and here we go. The lattice work is in place. Now we crochet the leaves backwards, and again we will offset them. That means we will have to skip this cluster and go into the next one and do the leaves. So let's chain 1 and turn and make a single crochet in the double crochet below. Then to move the yarn and to the next cluster, we chain 1 and slip stitch between the 2 double crochet. There we go. And now we can go back to the front of our work and crochet the leaf into the next one. So let's make that. I will show you how I crochet without turning it on a table. If you want to sit on a sofa and crochet with it laying in your lap, it's absolutely fine. You don't have to have it on a flat surface. Okay, so I have 5, then we chain 3 for the picot stitch and slip stitch at the bottom. Turn it around, pick it up with your finger and insert the hook around it and make your heart. 5 double crochet. Okay. So now we have 5, I think. Yes. Turn it around, slip stitch between the next 2 double crochet. Turn it around again facing you and crochet, start crocheting around the first post of the next cluster of double crochet. And this is quite simple as long as you realize what you have to do. You basically crochet around these V stitches until the end of the row, skipping 1. So you crochet a heart and then skip the next one, crochet heart, skip the next one, and it's just working around them that takes a little bit of practice, but once you master that, the stitch is quite easy to make, and you don't really have to count stitches. It's so easy to make. Watching TV, you know, you look at your work and say, okay, I skipped this one, so next it's a leaf, and then I will skip the next one. The next one is a leaf. So the only counting that I'm doing is making sure I have 5 double crochet around each of these posts. So now turn around and slip stitch, and again turn around and we crochet the heart around the next one. So we have 4 and then 5, and then I'm making the tip of the heart with a picot stitch, chain 3, slip stitch at the base, turn it around and 5 double crochet around the second double crochet post. Right, so 4 more, 3, 4 and 5. All right, now this is the last heart in a row. I'm gonna slip stitch, and then just to bring the yarn to the edge, I chain 1 and single crochet in a 3rd chain from the base. So 1, 2 and 3. In that 3rd one, I'm making a single crochet, and this is what we have so far. Your yarn will tangle a little bit, you just have to keep moving them around, but the result is worth it. So yeah, this is how we crochet the blanket, and this is how we change the colors. Next will be blue, and again will be white, light blue, dark blue, white, light blue, dark blue, and so on. Your repeat section is these 2 rows in the middle, these white and blue rows, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Repeat these 4 rows over and over, making sure you alternate the colors until your blanket is 90 centimeters long. In my blanket I had 49 rows of leaves, so that means 98 rows, because each row of hearts, it's made out of 2 actual rows, the lattice row and the leaf hearts row. So I have 49 of these leaves, counted like this. Make sure it starts and ends with the same medium color, just to have balance to it. and make sure it ends up as well with a row that has a heart at the edge, because it looks nicer when crocheting the border to have hearts at the edge. So not with a row like this. That's why I said your repeat will be these two rows, one of these and then one of this, and you end up with one of these rows with hearts at the end. So I'll just continue making my sample a little larger, and I will meet you after I finish it to show you how to crochet the base border and the border around it. Keep alternating up your colors, like I said, and until your blanket is 90 centimeters long, or if you want to make it just like mine, until it's got 49 rows of leaves. And I'll see you after I'm done with my sample. Alright, so I made a few more rows just to make the sample a little bigger. This is what I have so far. And just to remind you again, make sure you finish your row, your last row, it's with a medium light color, and also on a row where you start with a leaf. So not one of these rows where the double crochet stitches are exposed, but one of these rows. It just makes it visually balanced, and it looks a lot better. Now it's time to cut all the yarn except the light one, white in this case, because we will continue with that one to crochet the base border around. So leave a long loop, we will weave in all these ends. We just left the white one uncut, and now I will show you how to crochet the base border around it, and this will make it a lot easier for you to crochet the moss stitch border. Like I recommend to everyone, before crocheting any border, you need a base border. This is just a simple single crochet row around your project. So we have finished. We're taking the white, pull it through to bring it up, and then we will be working on the right side. So let's start with our base border, and remember we made a single crochet at the beginning and the end of each row. In that very first single crochet we will make 3 single crochet. So that's 1 and 2 and 3. So this is our corner stitches. In the chain 2 space, make 2 single crochet. So this is the chain 2 space you have made in between the double crochet clusters. So in every single one of those, make 2 single crochet, then a single crochet between the double crochet stitches in the cluster, then again 2 double crochet in the chain 2 space. So we continue like that. Remember we have switched to a 4.5 millimeter crochet hook because it's easier to insert your hook in these tight stitches. Now between the 2 double crochet stitches we again make a single crochet, next 2 single crochet in a chain 2 space, and we continue like this until we have crocheted into the last chain 2 space. Okay, so let's do the top of the blanket. And once you crochet in the last chain space, then we're going to make the corner stitches. So now we are in the last chain space. This is just a chain 1. We're still going to make 2 single crochet, and now we have that single crochet there in the corner. We're making 3 single crochet in it. Right, so now we have finished crocheting along the top. This is what we have so far, and now you see how the yarn, the corner brings it neatly on the side. Now it's time to crochet along the side, and we are going to crochet 2 single crochet around each of these double crochet stitches, and a single crochet in these single crochet stitches, but we will skip these rows where we have a leaf on the side. So I'll show you what I mean. So we start with 2 single crochet around the double crochet post, then a single crochet in a single crochet stitch, and again we have a double crochet post, so we do 2 single crochet, and now we skip this. Where you have a leaf, even though you have a single crochet, we are going to skip it and go straight to the double crochet post and make 2 single crochet, and then next you have a single crochet row, so we're gonna make that, and then 2 single crochet, and again we have a leaf here, we're gonna skip this and move to the double crochet. So it's this basically a 5 stitch repeat. Now you finish this, your next repeat will start again with 2 single crochet around the post, like this, and then a single crochet in here, and then 2 in the next around the next double crochet post, and skip this and move straight to the double crochet post. This is going to be our last in this side. So make 2, and now we have reached the corner, and this is our very first chain where we are going to make our corner stitches, 3 single crochet in that stitch. So that is 1, and the second, and the third one, and this will bring the yarn again along. This is the side, and this will bring the yarn along to the other side, which is the bottom of the blanket. This side it's easy, we are making a single crochet in every single chain, so don't skip any chains. We will make a single crochet in each of them. So now we have reached the end of this bottom row, and this is our last stitch. Sorry, let me show you again. So I have crocheted in the last, and this is our last chain in a row, because we have the chain 3 on top of it, and in that one we're going to make the corner stitches. So in that space make 3 single crochet, just to bring the yarn around. So you can see we have crocheted in a base chain of the chain 4 we have skipped, and this is how it looks like at the bottom. And let's continue along the side. This is just the same as before, except we are crocheting over these loose ends and transition. I recommend you weave in the ends and just crochet over this. It's already too much yarn to crochet over, so I will not crochet over the ends, only over this transition yarn. And again, like before, we make 2 single crochet around the double crochet post and skip this one because it's got a leaf over it, and move straight to the next one and make 2 single crochet. There we go, and then into the next single crochet, 1 single crochet, and next 2 single crochet around the post. We skip this and go straight to the next post and do 2 single crochet, then a single crochet into the single crochet stitch, and then 2 single crochet around the following double crochet post. Again, we skip one because we have the leaf here, move on to the next double crochet post and crochet 2 single crochet around it, and a single crochet into the next single crochet, and finally 2 single crochet around the last post. And to finish your row, all you have to do is slip stitch in the first single crochet you have made. So that's the first single crochet, slip stitch in it, and this is how your base border looks like, as you can see. This actually it's gonna be a bit tighter than the rest of your blanket, which is actually good. And when you're going to block it, you can actually put it in a shape and dry it like that, because these leaves are going upwards. It helps if you block them. It's not necessary. I think it looks good as it is, but if you are gifting it, I think you'll look a lot better if you just block it. Alright, so now we finished with our base border. We are moving on to back to a 5mm crochet hook, so we can crochet our moss stitch border, and we need to move the yarn into the middle of the 3 single crochet that we've made in the corner to crochet our corner stitches. So to do that, for the second round or the first round of the moss border, slip stitch into the next stitch, which is the second single crochet of the 3, slip stitch in there, and now we can start our round. Chain 1 does not count as anything, we're just raising the yarn a bit, and then make a single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And this is our corner right here. Now we are going to chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet next, and chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet next, and we repeat this until we have reached our corner stitches, our 3 single crochet. I'll show you how. Each side requires, this pattern requires you to have uneven numbers on each side. If you don't, I'll show you how to adjust the pattern. But your repeat section is chain 1, skip 1 stitch, and single crochet next until you reach the 3 single crochet. So let's do that. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet, chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet. And we do this all the way around, all the way until the end, until we reach the corner. Chain 1, skip 1, and single crochet. All right. So we are almost there, and let's see if I have uneven numbers. It looks like I do. Right, so I do. So all I have to do now is chain 1 and skip the next stitch, which is the first of the 3, and do my corner stitches into the second of the three. So I chained one, I skipped this single crochet and make in the next stitch a single crochet, chain two, and a single crochet into the same stitch. And now we are going around and along the blanket. Right, so now again, chain one, same repeat, chain one, skip one, a single crochet. I'm hoping I'm having even numbers so I can show you how to adjust, but I will show you anyway. Chain one, skip one, single crochet, chain one, skip one, single crochet, and so on until you reach the 3 single crochet corner. Okay, chain one, skip one, single crochet, chain one, skip one, single crochet. Let's see, do we have even numbers or we don't? And I'm trying to see, no we don't. All I have to do is just chain one. Instead of skipping one to get to the middle of the 3 single crochet in that corner chain, I just chain one, don't skip anything, and just go straight into that stitch and make my corner stitches, which is a single crochet, chain two, and single crochet. So we made all those stitches into that. So if you don't have anything to skip to get to the middle of the 3, then it's fine. You can just not skip. This is the only adjustment row. You will only have to adjust this row, the rest will be fine. And now we are crocheting along the base. We again chain one, skip one, single crochet, chain one, skip one, single crochet, and so on. Okay, so looks like I have an even number. Now we are crocheting along the other side of the blanket, and again, let's see, we're going to chain one, skip one, and single crochet, and you repeat this all the way along. Right, so just want to show you again, because this side has uneven numbers, has even numbers of stitches. So if I chain one, skip one, and single crochet, then my last stitch is the corner stitches. Right, so technically I should chain one and skip one and then slip stitch into the first single crochet. There is nothing to skip, so I will just not skip it. This is how you adjust the pattern. Once you've done this first round, you're all good. Everything else is set up for the following stitches. So I'm not skipping anything, just slip stitching in a first single crochet. And that's how first round looks like. You can see it here. Now the next round is the repeat round. We have a slip stitch in a first single crochet, so we will have to move our yarn into the chain 2 space. To do that, we slip stitch, and now we are into the chain 2 space, chain 1, it doesn't count as a stitch, and then we make our corner stitches, the usual single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. And then we are, it's just the usual chain 1, skip 1, which is the single crochet, and single crochet in a chain 1 space. And we will offset this single crochet just like we did with the hearts, and it will create a beautiful, nice, flat pattern. So again, chain 1, skip the single crochet, and single crochet in a chain 1 space. Chain 1, skip the single crochet, and single crochet in a chain 1 space, and so on. And this is simple. You don't need any more to count stitches anymore at all. You just chain 1 and single crochet in a chain 1 space from the previous round, and it's a really simple 1 row repeat, but it creates a wonderful texture. Right, so we're just going all around. I'll show you how to deal with the corners. It should be automatic. Chain 1, skip 1, single crochet in a chain 1 space, chain 1, skip the single crochet, and single crochet in the chain 1 space. Now we chain 1 and we skip this, and we move into the next chain space, but this time the chain space is the chain 2 space of the corner. So that means we have to create another corner by single crochet, chain 2, and single crochet. That's it. Now we are crocheting along the blanket, and again same thing, chain 1, skip this stitch, and single crochet in the chain 1 space. It is that simple. Chain 1 and into the next chain 1 space, single crochet, chain 1, skip the stitch into the chain 1 and make a single crochet, and all the way until when it's time to crochet in a chain space of the corner, we are making the corner stitches. So this is quite simple. Like I said, all you have to do is chain and single crochet in a chain space, and when you reach the corners, you do your corner stitches. Again, you see here, we chain 1 into the chain 1 space, then we chain 1, and our next chain space is the corner. So into the corner we make 1 single crochet, then 2 chains and 1 single crochet, and just go around your blanket like that. I will pause the video and meet you at the end. I have a single crochet in the last chain 1 space. I chained 1, and now it's time to skip this stitch and slip stitch into the very first single crochet and close this second round. And this is how it looks like. You can start seeing the moss stitch. So on the original blanket, to make it approximately 6 centimeters wide, I have crocheted 12 of these rounds. You can choose to make it as big as or small as you like. It's all up to you. Mine has 12. So this is how you crochet the Frozen Hearts baby blanket. I hope you found my tutorial easy to follow. If you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments below. I'm more than happy to help you. And here's another look at the original blanket. Just wanted to show you the moss border. This is how it looks like. It's quite nice, flat, and it goes beautiful with this really intricate pattern of the blanket. It just looks really nice and plain, simple and elegant. So yes, this is how you crochet this blanket. Happy crocheting!